Yo, 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 this is Chris coming to you from Tokyo. It is a gorgeous day out here. So I decided to come out in the park and just do a little bit of work from my iPad and my phone. Got my coffee here. The park, look at that. Spring has finally arrived. It is fully here. We've had a really weird spring here. Even though spring from mid-March in Japan, according to the calendar, it was really bizarre. We'd have 2 days of warmth, 2 or 3 days of freezing cold, 2 days of warmth, freezing cold. It just was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But now for the past 4 days, it's been warm, and now today you can fully feel the springs. Before I get into the topic I want to talk about, which is manual bidding versus auto bidding, I want to show you guys. Just take a look how beautiful this park is. Man, this is one of the things that I love fucking most about owning my own business is, guys, because I own my business and I'm the boss, I can grab my computer. I usually don't work in the park with the computer. I grab my iPad and my iPhone, and I do a lot of work that I can do from the park. Don't even, of course, then I go back home to my home office when I need to do some stuff from the computer. But anyway, a lot of stuff can get done and be surprised. So it's just enjoy the weather. All right, so let's dive into this topic here. Manual bidding versus auto bidding. Unless you've been living under a rock and I haven't been any of the Ecom physical product stores or not, sorry, you've not been any of them, or you're in them, you're not paying any attention. Right now, manual bidding has a boom that I have never seen before, ever. I mean, I've never seen more people talk about manual bidding. Both positive and negative experiences, like, oh, they're crushing with manual bidding, or I've been trying manual bidding, it's not working for me. And you hear all sorts of feedback. And, I thought, I should talk about this and give you my thoughts and point of views on it. Okay. So first of all, is manual bidding better than auto bidding, or is auto bidding better than manual bidding? Okay. First, I want to say this definitively. I do not believe that manual bidding is better than auto bidding. Okay, I do believe that the time and place for manual bidding can be quite effective, and there are some occasions when I do manual bid. In fact, there's about to do a video for my group, my Ecom course, the one I'm building right now, where I'm going to talk about the time when I think manual bidding is effective to do. So I do think there is a time and place for manual bidding. But I also think that people are using manual bidding way too much, and it's actually hurting their business. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the results I've had, because I've been doing manual bidding and auto bidding now for almost 2 years. I've been experimenting when the first idea was presented to me by a friend of mine. And yes, manual bidding, if you are on top of it and you put in the effort, again, let me put this. Put in the effort and the time, right, into managing your bid and checking the ads regularly, can you on average squeeze out more, squeeze out a little bit more profit versus an auto bid? And I would say that's actually a fair statement. On average, okay, if you're willing to put in the effort, and then the key word being if you're willing to put in the effort, manual bidding is a lot more work than auto bidding, okay? But I want to point out something else that's really interesting, okay? My two best performing ad sets over a long period of time that were over a month long and got me 2 conversions. One of them, second best one, was $3.10 a conversion, cost per acquisition per purchase, right? And that went on for about a month, okay? Another one, I actually got $2.98 per conversion, cost per conversion. Both of them auto bids. So my best performing manual bid ads have never outperformed my best performing auto bids. Okay, so again, I want to be honest with you. Yes, on average, if you're willing to put in the effort, you could probably. In fact, I would say if I went point by point per ad, and as I said, okay, I put in the proper effort to get this manual bidding working versus auto bid. Yes, I can squeeze more out of it. That's absolutely true. And so I'm not going to say that that's not the case. I'm just saying it's a lot more work. Okay, and it's one thing I also want to say about manual bidding. It's not the end all be all, right, guys? People who think, say, I'm not getting sales with my products, and then right now some of the default answers you see in the group is, hey, go manual bid. Bullshit. I mean, fucking bullshit. Excuse me. If your product does not convert with auto bid, the odds you're going to be able to turn that around and make it convert with manual bid are almost zero. Okay, maybe this is some exceptions that I'm not aware of, but I've never seen. But I've never had a product convert on manual bid that's not converted on auto bid. Okay, so then I've also said like 3 times in this video that I am doing some manual bidding. So when do I apply manual bidding? Okay, and when am I doing that? And I'm actually testing some few different methods. And now here's one. Okay, here is when I believe manual bidding can be effective. Okay. When you have a product that's one, a proven winner over a good period of time, it's been selling for a couple weeks, 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, right? 2, you have some ad sets in large audiences, right? I mean, millions of people, right? Where there's going to be a lot of low-hanging fruit there that you can go after, right? When you have a proven ad set to a certain interest or target or group of targets, if you're doing clustering, right? I know some people are still doing, a lot of people are doing like clustering these days. Then yes, I set up a manual bid ad and see if I could squeeze more out of it. But the reason why, so why do I limit myself to those 2 situations? Number 1, it's got to be a winning product. Number 2, it's got to be a proven ad set to an interest. Why? Because this is infinitely a lot more work for me. The moment I go in for manual bidding, I'm going to have to check in my ads more. Right now with auto bid, I literally will check once a day, sometimes every other day. And if I'm not launching a bunch of new ads and I got a weekend and I'm busy, I will not check all weekend. And it barely even affects my results because I've got some proven ads running with auto bid. I don't even need to be on top of it with auto bid nearly as much. But with manual bid, I got to be in there all the time, at least a few times a day, find out what's going on there. So I'm immediately putting more work on my shoulders. So if I'm going to do that, it's got to be 1, a proven product. So I know that there's something to definitely squeeze out of it. 2, a proven audience. So that's the only time, and the third category is big. If it's a small, say less than a couple of million, I wouldn't even bother. I mean, maybe maybe a million or more would be okay. But I tend to go for the manual bid on big audiences. Now why? Because the point of manual bidding is you're trying to squeeze down your cost per acquisition. So Facebook needs a big audience to go after the low-hanging fruit in that audience. That's the whole point, okay? So anyway, I wanted to give you my honest thought. And again, those of you say I don't want this to be misunderstood. I'm not anti-manual bid. I just don't think it's the end-all be-all that people are making it out to be. And needs to be used in the proper manner, just like all ads, right? And again, nothing is more important than your product, period. Number 2, the quality of your website. And number 3, your relationship with the niche, becoming a niche master. All of that is above Facebook ads by far. All right. If you're interested in my beta course, you can still get in. We're about 2 or 3 weeks away from being completed, and then it'll be $2,500 to get on the course. Or you might want private coaching. Guys, I got a couple of private coaching students who've teamed up in the last 4 months. Have done. Just by the after the coaching is done, I helped them build their core right last year at the end of last year. That teamed up in the last almost 4 months. They've done $2 million in sales, guys. Not quite. It's a little less than $2 million. Let me be transparent. Got another student who is at $1 million in sales. Okay, private coaching student, right, over the past few months. Okay, so my private coaching absolutely works. If you're interested in that, private message me. Here's my beta course. Private message me, and we'll see you in the next webinar. Not webinar, but the next video.